Oh, hi, hello, very good evening. Once again, welcome back to the session, everyone. This is your mentor, Kabilan. I hope you're all doing good with your preparation. And to ignite your session under logical reasoning and data interpretation, we have one inevitable topic called selection and distribution. So, definitely, we need to have a sound knowledge and all side of sort of things to solve the questions based on selections and distributions under data interpretation. Okay, so I have some nice interesting questions. Let's do that one by one. Before getting into the session, let me quickly introduce about myself. My name is Kapilan. I'm a mechanical engineer with 3 years of teaching experience. I have also converted various Indian Institute of Management. And most importantly, you can also follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. This is my user ID, Kapil Master, where you'll be seeing all my plus courses and absolute special classes absolutely free. And also you can ping me on Telegram. This is my user ID, Unacademy underscore Telegram, where you can join me on the Telegram channel and ask all your doubts and queries. And if anybody personally wants to get any of the subscription, you can kindly contact me in this Telegram channel, right? And most importantly, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel, Unacademy CAT4MBA, and also our Telegram channel. Here we have the Unacademy Plus subscription. If anybody really interested to get the Unacademy Plus subscription, you can literally use my discount code to get an absolute 10% off, such that my discount code is KAPI10. For 1 year it's going to be 15,750, and for 2 years it is 18,900. Okay, so the price hike is happening soon. Kindly get the Unacademy CAT subscription and get a flat 10% off, and use my code KAPI10 to get it. Okay, so the weekly scholarship test, Unacademy conducts the Unacademy Combat Challenge, which happens every week, and it has happened yesterday. And the next Combat Challenge you can expect on 21st of March, the time exactly at 12 p.m. So it will be super fast and fun, where you can literally see yourself where you stand exactly in the All India live leaderboard, and you can take it live to compete with the best actually. And it is actually the India's largest scholarship test for CAT actually. So you can register now for free. For registering, you can use my code KAPI10, and most importantly, if you top the chart at the scholarship test, you can win exciting scholarship prizes up to 55 lakhs plus. Okay, so talking about the Unacademy iconic batch 2021, it gives you all the benefits of the plus batch. Along with that, you'll be put up with a personal mentor who will be guiding you 24/7 throughout your preparation process, and a proper test analysis and reports will also be made on your performance. And we will be concentrating on other management entrance tests as well. Okay, let's say we'll be not only concentrating on CAT exams but also for other management exams like MAT, ZAT, SNAP, TISNET, TISMAT, CNET, CMAT, and all the other various management exams. Okay, the mentors, they are actually graduates from top B schools, so we'll be having a proper, you know, guidance from a proper people, so that will make sure your preparation gets boosted along in a way, right? And there is one beautiful option called Ask a Doubt, which you can simply click on it. If you have any doubts on the questions, any of your questions, take a photograph of it, crop it down to the specific question, and don't forget to mention under which the question falls under. Okay, and sit tight, you will receive the video solution very soon. Okay, so this is one beautiful opportunity. Whenever you have doubts, you can literally go for it. And here we have the Unacademy Learners Crack CAT 2020 testimonials who have cracked CAT with flying colors in the year 2020. And if you aspire to be one for the next year, you can enroll in our batches, which are starting on the 15th of March, that is on today. The absolute weekday morning batch for CAT 2021. And 17th of March, it's going to be the complete weekday batch for CAT 2021. 18th of March, it is the expert batch for IPMAT 2021. Okay, so these are all the important batches which are in kickstarting in the respective dates. If you are really flexible in any of the batches, you can start enrolling it, and don't forget to use my code KAPI10 to get an absolute 10% off in your subscription. Okay, so with that positive note, let's start today's session. It's all about the selection and distribution. Okay, it's all about the selection and distribution. So we'll straightly jump into the part. The very first question of today's session. So you have the first set where the production of major minerals and metals are given. So you have aluminium, copper, coal, gold, and iron ore, right? And you have the questions right in front of you. So for the respective years from 2005 to 2011, they have given you for the 7 years continuously, right? So the numbers they have given here are all million tons. Okay, so just by looking at it, the very first question, which mineral or the metal witnessed highest growth rate in production from 2005 to 2011? So if you want to find this right away from 2005 to 2011, what you can simply do, just try to make sure which one have the maximum difference. And also, for example, if you look at aluminium, if you try to look at aluminium, when it comes to aluminium, it is 105 minus 69 divided by 169 into 100. That means the difference, if you take, it's going to be 36 by 69 into 100. So approximately, if you do, it will be somewhat nearer to 50%, right? Approximately nearer to maybe some 48 or 40, 48 or 47 or 46, 49%. Let's round it off. Like in the same way, if you go for the coal, it's going to be 122 minus 91 divided by 91 into 100. So if you try to take the difference out of here, so 29 by 91 into 100. 29 is nothing but 1/3, so maybe this is going to be around 33 something like percent. Not even 33, maybe lesser than that, right? Maybe 31 or 32, something like that. And if you go for copper, has 103 minus 71 divided by 71 into 100. So this is going to give you 32 by 71 into 100. So 30 by 70 you do, this is nothing but 1 by, this goes how much here? Maybe around 38 or 40%, maybe around 40. Around 40. See, whatever the values I'm just putting here, all the values are approximations. Okay, I'm not exactly putting it, it's because it's not even needed here. And if you go for the gold, let me do it here. A is actually gold, no? So for gold, if you see, you have 25 minus 15 by 25 to 100. So this is going to give you 10 by 15 into 100. 10 by 15 is nothing but 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 means it's going to be nearly some 66.66%. So probably the highest one, right? And let's say if you go for iron ore, you go for iron ore, that is Fe, right? Iron for Fe. This will give you 63%. So, just by looking at all the 5 minerals and metals, I would say gold is the one which have the highest growth rate and production from 2005 to 2007. You need to simply take a difference out of 2011 and 2005 and divide it by the production in 2005. That's it. If you do that, you'll be getting the percent growth. In that case, gold tops the list, that is with 66.66%. Okay. Easy question. Next, go for the next. So which year has witnessed the highest absolute increase in total production of minerals and metals? They're asking you which year particularly has witnessed the highest absolute increase in total production. So what you need to necessarily do here, you need to add up, right? You need to add the total production of all the minerals and metals in the year 2005, go for 2006, go for 2007, 8, 9, 10 and 11, right? So go for it. So if at all, if you try to find the total production in the year 2005, it's going to be 346, and that is with the year 2006. If you see, by 75 plus 75, 150, 150, you have 270, 360, 368. Yeah, it's not 368, it is 366. And like in the same way, if you go for this one, 102, 123, 302, 480. Like in this way, if you add all things, no? You have 449 for the year 2008. And 462 for the year 2009. $486, and for the last year it's going to be 515. So these are the total number of years, and if you try to simply take a difference out of it, uh, the highest absolute increase in the total production. So here the difference is 20, here the difference is roughly 14, here the difference is how much? 69, right? So absolutely in the year 2006, if you see, so it's not 480, it's going to be 380. So guys, if you see here, in the year 2007, it is 380, and in the year 2009, it is 449. Here you have the maximum difference of it, right? So if that is the case, definitely you have some 18% increase out of all the years if you see. So definitely in the year 2008, it has witnessed highest absolute increase in the total production. That's it, right? Simply you need to do what? Take the total of all the years and try to take which difference is higher with respect to their denominators. Okay? Yes. So we'll go for the next question in the selection. Yes, we'll go for this question, this set. So try to do this, guys. You have some certain constraints here. Try to read out, get all the constraints clear. Hi VP, good evening. Hi Game Changer. So if you see the second set, you have a weekly television show, routinely stars 6 actors. So you have JK, LM, N and O. And since the show has been on the air for a long time, some of the actors are good friends and some do not get along at all. So in an effort to keep peace, the director says that friends work together and enemies do not. Right? So also the actors have become more popular. Some of them need time off to do other projects as well. So you need to keep the schedule working. Director, yes, few things she must be aware of. So she's she have some 4 constraints in front of you. So we need to keep all the constraints in mind. So the first question, if you go, let me brief out the first, 4 constraints here first. So you have J will work only on episodes on which M is working. So which means nothing but this statement, it exactly means J will only work on episodes on which M is working. So if that is the case, if M comes, only J will come. That's what it means. So that is J will only work on episodes on which M is working. So it means that whose presence is mandatory here. If J wants to be there, if J happens, then definitely M wants to happen. So M's presence is mandatory here. Right? So if J wants to be in the meeting, then definitely M should be compulsory here. That's what the very first constraint means. Second one, if you see, N will not work with K under any circumstances. So the second constraint it is N will not be working with K. Okay, both N and K will work not together. And the third one, M can only work every other week. Okay, so M can only work every other week in order to be free to do a film, which means M works in an alternate weeks. Right? So M works in an alternate weeks, and at least 3 of the actors must appear in every weekly episode. So there should be a presence of at least 3 actors in every week. Let's say, for example, if you take week 1, it should not go below 2 or below 3, right? 3 actors should be a minimum, as mandatory, but it can go beyond 3 as well. It can go above 3, that is 4, 5, whatever. It works. Fine. So we have these 4 constraints here. So the last constraint is at least 3, right? At least 3 actors should appear every week. So that's what the 4th constraint means. So we'll go for the very first one question. So next week, okay, they're talking about the next week. The show involves Jan's new car and O's refrigerator. You need to see which of the following is true about the actors who may appear. So listen very carefully, guys. They're talking about the next week, not the present week, the next week. So listen, I know the fact that M can only work on every other week. So it means if M is working today, I cannot, put M on the next week. So probably I can simply rule out wherever options I have M. So M is here, I can simply rule out this. Second option, if you see it is all about rule out, getting the options ruled out. Okay. Second option, it is J, L and K must appear. So what they say here, the next week we're all working, N is there, O is there. And I know the fact that if N comes, if N comes, K should not come, right? But in the second option, they said K must appear. So definitely again, I can able to rule out the second option as well. And if you go for the third one, again K is there. K must appear, they say. So definitely you need to rule out the third one as well. So the only flexible option which fits out in the list is L may appear. Okay, L may appear. So we can go for it definitely. So the right option, it is option D. That is, in the next week, if the show involves Jan's new car and O's refrigerator, then option D, only L may appear, happens to be the truth about the actors who may appear. Okay, fine. So clear with this, guys? Next question for you. Come on. So you have the second question in which in a show about L getting a job at the same company J already works and K used to work for. All three actors will appear. So you have L, you have J, and you have K. Right? All the three actors they appear. Which of the following is true about the other actors who may appear? So if you see, let me take you to the constraint here again. If N comes, K should not come, right? And also, if J comes, J only happens if M happens, right? So definitely, I know the fact that if N comes, K should not come. That is going to be vice versa. K is already here. So I have the presence of N here. So you can simply rule out it. Second one, if you see M may appear and N must appear. Definitely not. N should not appear, right? Because K is already there. And you know the fact that if J happens, as I told you already, the constraint, what it means, if J happens, then the presence of M should be compulsory. Mandatory there, right? So definitely, if J already happens, so definitely M must appear and O may appear. So this is going to be the exact option. Option C would be the right option about the second question. That is, if L, J and K, they works in a week, then M must appear and O may appear. So it is not compulsory for O, right? Next one, next question for you. Come on guys, try to do this. So we have 10 members in a department and there is a proposal to form a team from within the members of the department subject to the following conditions. So we have some 6 conditions here. Okay. The first one is, this is not A actually, this is A. Okay, that is, a team must include exactly one among E, G and H. So listen carefully, if you're selecting a team, it should include exactly one among E or G or H. Make sure that you do not take all 3 in a team. You should not take all 3 in a team or any 2 also in a team. It should not be E and G in a team, G and H in a team, and H and E in a team. And it should also not be E, G, H in a team. Any one you need to pick. Exactly one. It may be E, or it may be only G, or it may be only H. That's what the very first constraint means. Okay. Second one, again, a team must include either C or F, but not both. So it should include either C or F. Okay. B and D cannot be members of the same team. So B and D, it should not come together. And P and I also, it should not come together. And if a team includes A, then it must also include B and vice versa. So listen carefully. If A happens, then B should happen. And if B happens, then A should happen. That's what it means, right? And if a team includes one among H, I, and J, then it must also include the other two, which means if H happens, I should happen, and J should happen. And if J happens, I should happen, and H should happen. That's what it means. Okay? It's completely a vice versa. And they said the size of a team is defined as the number of members in the team. All good. So let's go for the, first question. What should be the size of the largest possible team? So listen carefully. If you want the largest possible team, question here is, let me do it here. The only way I can able to get a largest possible team here is make sure I take this one, the sixth constraint in mind. That is, if I take H, then definitely I and J should be there. Right? Fine. And I'll be taking any one among C and F. So it's already 1, 2, 3, 4, and any one among EGH. That's it. So any other way possible? Definitely not. What is the other way possible? If you take A, then B should be there. If B comes, I and D should not come. Right? So we can take any one from CNF and any one from EGH. So it's going to be a 4-member team only. Right? So definitely, if a team wants to get a largest possible members, then this is going to be the possible sample. It really works. Okay. So the answer for this question is going to be option D. The size of the largest possible team is 5. It can have 5 members in the team. Okay. The next one, what could be the size of a team that includes A? So listen carefully. If a team includes A, I know the very fact that it should also include B. And if B happens, I should not happen. So if I'm not taking I should not take H and J as well. And if B happens again, D should not happen. Like I told you before, I can take C and F, anyone. And the last thing it's going to be for EGH. Any one among EGH. That's it. So if you see here, if a team includes A, see, these two presents should be mandatory. You must take any one among CNF and any one among E, G, and H, right? So these two are mandatory. So, and again, if A comes, B should happen. So option E, the size of a team that includes A, it's going to be only 4. That's it. Very simple. Right? And the next question for you. Come on, try to do this, guys. Come on guys, what's going to be the right option for this? So in how many ways a team can be constituted so that the team includes D? So if a team includes D, no, listen very carefully. What I do, let me take one among CNF and one among E, G and H. E, G and H. And I know the damn fact that if I try to, take D, then I should not take B. Right? Is that super clear? So the presence of A and B should not be there. Right? So D happens, A and B should not happen, and it's gonna be one among. Let me try to take the possible samples here. So it can be I, J and H. So listen carefully guys. You can take I, J, H, J, I, D. H is already there, no? So if you try to do this, in how many ways they are asking you? So probably if you try to take D here, you have CNF, EG, D, I and J, right? So if that is the case, it can be C, E, D, I, J, or it can be F, E, D, I, J, or it can be C, G, D, I, J, or it can be C, H, D, I, J, or it can be the other way, F, G, D, I, J, and F, H, D, I and J. So if you try to see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you have 6 ways in which a team can be constituted so that the team includes D. So if a D happens, then you can have I, you can have J. See, listen carefully guys. You need to make sure that if I and J happens, then H should also happen, right? So if that is the case, then it is super clear that H should also happen here, right? So if that is the case, then you need to rule out F here, H here. Let's say, so it's going to be C, one among C, H gets ruled out. One among E and G, let me take E, and then D, I, J, H, or it can be C, G, D, I, J, H, or it can be F, E, D, I, J, H, or it can be F, G, D, I, J, H, right? You have 4 ways. And also, you should know the fact that if it includes team, the only constraint here is if D happens, F, B should not happen. You can certainly go for the other way as well. if you do not include this 3, right? And who cannot be a member of a team of size 3? If you want to find the who cannot be a member of team of size 3, it's going to be absolutely, you try to see the options. Have B, C, D, E, F. So definitely it's going to be, right? So B cannot be a member of a team of size 3. So that's it, guys. We'll try to wind up the session with this now, and we can able to hopefully we can see a lot more interesting questions from tomorrow.